I feel like a lot of people, myself included, who are maybe curious about real estate or like wanting to get into it, and we see those types of people that you were explaining, we're like, wow, oh, they just built a new house, or yeah, they're killing it. Like, wow, they're making crazy money. And like, you've lived this life. So it's not like you're just kind of saying this is whatever it is. Like, exactly what that process is like. And I also really like how you explained, even though you've been in, various phases of real estate throughout all of these years, you kind of were explaining this hamster wheel of like, you made all of this stuff and then the market changes and now you're back to you're back to zero. Cause I used to think, oh, you kind of start small and you build and you grow knowledge and you get all of these things and you just continue to kind of scale. And you do, but I like how you explain there are just some forces where like you run out of money or the market changes and you're kind of starting all the way back at zero again, even if you have all of this expertise.
I think too is like real estate has cycles, like any business model, right? There's gonna be good times and bad times, but the one thing too is when you're an investor, like you're gonna make money in good times, but what are you gonna do in bad times, right? You're just gonna lose. Like my thing is, if you can build a business that's somewhat recession proof, which there's no guarantees of that. Like if someone could figure that out, then every company would be doing great, right?
Right.
But there are certain things you can do within a company, in service-based company, which I am now, that you can't do with strictly investing, right? So when you invest, the top of the market and it goes down, you have to take a loss. It is what it is. You can't like make someone overpay because it used to be worth this, but like no one cares.
Yeah.
This now, right? But for a business, if things change, you're not over leveraged, right? So I guess the difference is that if I were to buy 10 lots and I have 10 projects going on and the market changes halfway through, I still have to finish those projects. My money's stuck in there. I have loans, I have investors, and you can't sell halfway finished, right? So you're stuck with a sinking ship, if you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
If you own a business, of course you have office rent, like various overhead, but you're not there's nothing to leverage. At least I think I'm not like leasing a Bugatti to wrap it, just right. So I don't have any like dumb investments, right? So if I were to have to pull back, I would just pull back on things that I can control. Like, so maybe my advertising goes down a little bit. Maybe I'm not doing as many networking events and client sponsorships like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have anything that's overexposed. So what I can do is I can pivot quickly, right? So when you're stuck with 10 projects, all your money's tied up there, you can't pivot. You're handcuffed. So for me, like, if the market completely like fell off a cliff tomorrow, I could pivot my service to maybe, the market's going down. Okay, now there's distressed selling. Maybe how can I help the buyer that's coming in with cash from Dubai or New York to pick up so there you can kind of pivot and go with what's going on in the market at a faster pace versus when you're stuck to a project, it's going to go as fast as the project's going to go and eventually going to sell, right? So that's also one thing I like about my business is that even though it's tied to real estate and real estate has to be doing well in theory for me to have my best years, but there's also ways for me to make money in downturns within real estate for my services, because I can still offer consulting in a down market for someone to navigate into how to get into investing during that time or how to get out of their properties during that time. So I think, again, it's a little more of a recession-proof model, being services-based strictly just investing.
That is so smart, because you always hear things with real estate and it's market dependent in that type of sense. Like, oh, if it's down, like you're screwed. If you're in the middle of a deal, you're screwed. So
especially in the middle of a deal.
Yes. Yeah, like what you said, you're handcuffed. Like, you've already put your money in, you've already invested. Especially if you've got other investors, you're with other people's money now too. So you can't even, exactly, you're the responsible party. So